Okay, we are now in episode 34 of the 248K mod run on a ribbon with city grid that's too small. Last time we built this yellow science, which is not running because it doesn't have the things it needs. I've also just noticed there's some like stuff over here that's going to stop this guy from building anything. So we'll just make sure that works. It's fine. Yeah, so the yellow science is kind of the last major item on what I was calling Major Milestone 2, consisting of like purple science, yellow science, nuclear power, infinite stone. We got most of those things, except it's not running because we don't have the neodymium, because we don't have the rich water. So that's the rest of what we're going to do this time. I think I also... Yeah, I was running around handcrafting the various things I needed for bits and pieces of this stuff, and one of the things is... Yeah, there's this module core which we might get to play with. Needs a lot of neodymium, so I think we're just going to do something like this. So we'll box a lot of neodymium, some amount of neodymium. Sure, whatever. We'll box a lot of neodymium. We won't let all of it be boxed. Most of it's going to go to the science. When we have it, which currently isn't at the moment. Also, this guy is not in the right place at all, is he? Cool, good job. Good job making things fit. Oh, and I got one of these things, which I want. So that wants to go there. And yeah, am I still making drone parts? I guess I am. I've got all the gold for this. These guys are probably going to... Oh, no, wait, because these drone frames also need the neodymium that I don't have. But yeah, made a lot of silos, made a lot of train stations. I've got the lithium to hand feed the rest of the stuff, so we can just kind of get that done now. We're also making... yeah, not that many drone frames. We'll do that. We do want some logistics bots, but not yet. So yeah, so let's go to the other thing that we kind of kicked off. Is driving through here a good idea? Probably not. Yeah, it's fine. We're not going to be bringing trains through here that much. This train is probably not going anywhere either. Can I squeeze through here? That's probably a terrible idea. Where was... Oh yeah, it's where the stuff is blinking. That would have been definitely the easier thing to go and do. With the cliff. Yeah, cool. So rich water. Rich water is the next thing we're going to do. And realized a couple of things at the end of the last episode is... Yeah, I'm making all these canisters, and then I was thinking about how many of those I needed to keep this recipe running continuously with some number of things, and then like just completely blanked on the fact that I get empty canisters back. So I don't need, so it's probably a good thing that I haven't actually created those rail stations yet, because actually give me a couple of these back, we might need those for something else. I reckon all the rest of this can actually not be here at all. Like all of the solution canisters can just go around in a circle and not actually get crafted, which means let's make... Where are these solution canisters? Empty solution canisters. Yeah, we're just handcrafting things. It's fine. This is the same way we solved the silos problem. Which also, like, significantly reduces the number of stations we need to get in here, which is nice. Let's put the power poles back. Yeah, so now we don't have to worry about making these things. 2 stations fewer we need. Yeah, I think the first thing we're going to do is think about getting in the coal and the stone, because this coal is kind of still supporting a bit of that power plant, is fine, but what I'd really like is... I don't know if here is a good place to put them, but we're going to put them here anyway. First things we're going to want is... That is a stone supply station. Where is this one? This one is the coal supply station, so we're going to want something like this. And I reckon it can go here? Yeah. And then we can patch some of this coal in, which is going to be important. Then we can also patch some of it into the build, probably. The other thing we want is a stone request station, which... This thing here is a stone request station, so we're just going to grab that. There's some other things we need to clip out of this as well, but whatever. Is that the right way around? Yes, it is, and it's going to go, like, here. Is it? Why have I got that wrong? Let's do that again, because that I somehow managed to... no, this is a... This should still line up, shouldn't it? This... the roboport at the bottom doesn't. Yeah, the rubber port, the bottom doesn't because the cells are different sizes, but this much of it that skips the rubber port, yeah, it should fit in there just fine. We don't need these things. I don't remember whether bots have combinators or not. So, let's create these stations, because this is going to, yeah, it's not actually a station that will work yet. But this one will bring us a bunch of stone, at least, yeah, sure, whatever. Yeah, because the thing... Yeah, this is going to start to get dangerous, isn't it? Then I need... Yeah, I'm not even sure how I'm going to... Because I don't think... I was trying to figure out if I was going to do a direct insertion thing. I don't think we're doing a direct insertion thing. Because there's all these other extra things turning up. Like, there's the rich powder and also the extra coal. I can do crushed stone as a direct insertion, isn't it? Like, what are the rates of these things? Oh, and I've got crushers somewhere as well. Oh, nuclear assembly machines, those are things I need for the beacons later, maybe. If we have crushed coal and crushed stone, mostly just to look at these recipes and timings and things like that. 1 per second. That's the wrong recipe. I want... Oh no, this is just, yeah, I was just distracted by the raw things. We're not using that at all. This is, in fact, the correct recipe that we want. Yeah, one stone per second, and then these guys are also going to be 1 coal per second. Yeah, sure. And then these things need, in 6 seconds, 10 crushed coal, but we get 7 back, so really only 3. And then also 16 crushed stone. So I could actually do 3 to 1. I could do a direct insert of 3 to 1 with... Yeah, I think we're going to do that. I think we're going to see if we can make that work. Yeah, so if we do something like... yeah, we're going to have to... And these are probably getting efficiency module, because why not? Because these things are... I mean, we've got nuclear power, but whatever. Yeah, we're going to do this thing where... I don't have any of these inserters. We're going to wait for bots to bring all of this stuff, I guess. I don't even have any iron chests either. Cool. Yeah, if we do this... that is, in fact, the wrong recipe. This wanted to be the stone. So if we've got 3 things making crushed stone, that should all pretty much work. I only need to move 1 item per second, so those small inserters are going to be fine. But this kind of pattern means that I'm going to be good for both... Yeah, I'm going to be good for stone here. So if I can have... Do these need... These don't have any fluid inputs at all, so I could do... We do this. And then we can have... Kind of like it more with the output belt being further away, but I don't think that's a big deal. Because I'm also... This recipe is slow enough that I don't also really have to worry about belt capacity issues, which is nice. Like, if I'm doing half a belt of crushed coal... And what I should actually do... Yeah, that's good as well. Because it means that if I have a chain of these things, then putting both the rich powder and the crushed coal on this belt will mean that the next one will be able to take some crushed coal off the belt, which is a nice trick. Even the same one. So how many of these things do I actually need? Like, the thing I'm thinking about is the disadvantage of doing this is it's kind of tricky to get coal through, but I think that's kind of fine. Because for each 6-second cycle I'm using 3 crushed coal. That's really not very much, is it? And I'm using, yeah, it's like 5 times as much crushed stone as crushed coal, which means I think I can get away with... let's do... I mean, I'm not even really concerned about this interrupting my power supply. because I've still got the nuclear behind this as well. Let's have... Let's do something like this, and let's have... Yeah, we'll have a belt of coal going on a train, which can go... here? Yeah, dealing with several things at the same time is fine. Okay, so we've got coal going on a train that will make this station a little more happy. We'll then have... so this one can just continue into the power grid, and then this one will be the one that we will use... not there, it's got to be here, doesn't it? Yeah, and that's not in the way of the station. But I don't think I can actually fit... Yeah, between this bit of the station and these signals in this station here, and the fact that these roboports are in the way, not easy to get more than a belt of coal through, but I'm kind of fine with that. And then, yeah, I don't even need to worry about the coal supply there, because I've also still got the solid fuel helping everything out. Okay, so, belt of coal. Oh, how many? So, yeah, there's actually, these are one per second as well, aren't they? So I don't even have to worry about... If I need 3 coal in 6 seconds, the coal crushing is really not my problem. So how many of these can I... Actually, I've already... This is a stone every 2 seconds. So I don't need a whole lot of these at all. I think this is going to be an exercise on, okay, how many of these can I fit in here? Because we could get quite a lot done, which would be nice. Let's have... This is a kind of station. Do I want to belt balance these? I kind of don't. I kind of don't care because these are going this way anyway. Then can I have... Yeah, can I have something like this? Give me some of these things back, though. Okay, so I got some of them. Can I fit 2 of these here like so? And the answer is yes, but it's not great. So I think we're going to move this a little bit to the side, which means I'm no longer evenly drawing from both sides of this thing, but I think I'm okay with that. Whereabouts is the middle of this? Here is still the middle of the grid, isn't it? So if we are there, that's kind of... Yeah, I'm fine with that. Things don't need to be... I mean, I'm still pulling all the stone out of all these things. I'm not super concerned about belt balancing there. Things will just continue to be a mess. Okay. So we got those things done. These guys also still needed the... These guys needed the corrosive solution as well, didn't they? So I've got to fill these solution containers with this kind of stuff somewhere else. I don't know that I have the space to do that here. Maybe I'm doing that over here. Okay. So, yep, I think we're doing that over here. So let's figure out where... Yeah, I don't think I want to put a train here, though. Or on either of these squares, because they will start to block these other positions. But let's start collecting some trains we want with the fluids we need. One of the fluids, that's not one of the ones I need. Yeah, this hydrofluoric acid is a train that I need. I might quickly run into... issues of not producing enough of this stuff. Is that... There's where it should be. So that's one type of acid, and then we don't need these solar panels. Bots still don't have many of those things, do they? Let's give bots a decent number of train stations and a decent number of silos, and then we'll just deal with the rest of the stuff later. Okay, this guy is requesting that kind of acid. Then I also need the other kind of acid, which is... where is the other kind of... Not that one. Not that one either. This kind of acid request station is the thing that I want. And there's some other stuff to clip out of this in between as well. Are we putting it here? guess it fits there. I guess this train can turn this way, but this is also getting a bit more crowded than I like. I think I can still put another train over here, can't I? Because I also need a water request station, which I should be able to find next to a petrochem thing somewhere. Is this a... yeah, this one here is a water request station. Like so. Okay. I think I still have these silos as well, don't I? So I can help. Oh, but bots also need pumps, of which I don't really have enough. So this guy's just going to sit here until all of these pumps show up. I guess because I've plugged this in, I've now fully committed to that position. Okay, fine. Yeah, I need these solution canister things. Do I actually have... I do. Because we've got to get the lithium in here. I have lithium... I've got handcrafted lithium to kickstart this. I've got these solution cylinders to go around in a cycle. Actually, if I've got these things over here, I probably don't have enough of these solution canisters to drift them all the way back over there. Let's actually... yeah, we're going to run over here. Maybe the dirty water also gets made here? Because the thing I'm wondering about is, the pipes I can run... the pipes are going to be easy to run from one place to the next? Are they? Hopefully? Is there... there's nothing... yeah, okay, so this intersection section is always going to be clear, so this train is always going to be able to get back up here. Okay, so that's probably fine. These guys are boxing the stone, which is fine. I then need, yeah, some number of coal crushers as well. Because the thing is, yeah, all of this is going to go something like this. And then this bottom belt needs to be empty solution containers and some amount of crushed coal. So let's... I've still got some of these things. Let's just keep running this belt through here. Yeah, sure. Let's do this with modules, because then I'll get the efficiency module request as well. Crushed coal. And is this going to be... I don't think that's going to be too much for one half of belt, is it? This is still... it's still 1 per second, which is actually going to be more than I need for... I don't need that many for these guys either, but it's fine. Then this belt... yeah, because the complexity here is we only want this to top up from when we get these things back. As in, yeah, as in this thing is giving us crushed coal out. And then we only want to top that up with crushed coal from the coal supply when we don't have enough crushed coal, which means this belt here stops? Yes. Yeah, this belt here does not need to go any further than that. How many of this is this actually giving us? I think we might need to speed beacon a bunch of these centrifuges, because I don't think... yeah, this is currently giving us less than 1 corrosive solution per second, which is not a rate of stuff I am happy about. Yeah, sure, whatever. Okay. Let's figure out how these things get this stuff done. How fast is this process? This process is actually the same speed. This process is the same speed. They're both 6 seconds. So I need... so if I've got 4 of these centrifuges, I'm also going to need 4 of these guys. Okay. Sure. I guess we can just smash that in somewhere. This... maybe the rich water goes down here, or maybe... yeah, I guess I am doing that somewhere else. I think I'm kind of fine with that. Yeah, you go... We'll deal with that later over there somewhere. These centrifuges we've got here. These guys are going to start making the crushed coal, which is nice. I've got some coal which I'd rather not have, so we could do that. These guys need the full containers. These guys are the ones that need the empty containers. I only need 4 of these. I think at this point I've got enough space to actually just not worry about it. Because if this is the... Yeah, this is the belt where... Except that... Yeah, I just cancelled the recipe, didn't I? Cool. Let's get back these full solution containers. Yeah, there's a chance with these things that we'll actually get empty containers out as well, but I think I'm still fine with that. Like, this belt here already gives me empty solution containers. So what I think I'm doing is we'll just do this, and then we'll just go empty solution container, and then... Oh, everything here is going to be on the outside of this belt. So if I just give this an inserter like so, yeah, that's... Because now I can have these things just dump stuff on the inside of this belt. And then, so if the coal's on the top of this belt, the full solution containers are on the bottom of this belt. Empty ones will end up back on this belt, which is the belt that will have all the empty solution containers anyway. This one's getting the crushed coal. This one also has a bunch of crushed coal coming out. And so we need to put the crushed coal on the top half here, I guess. So if crushed coal goes here, then here we've got... Do we just have a lot of empty solution containers here? And also rich powder. Yeah. Okay, so rich powder, I guess I mean, that's the special thing, and I'm kind of planning on treating that over here, I guess. Although the rich powder is also the one that gives me back the dirty water that I need. And actually, that's a good point. How fast is that rich water recipe? This thing is 1 rich powder per second, and these guys are giving me back 3 rich powder in 6 seconds. So I only really need 2 of these for all 4 of these centrifuges. So I think that's what we're going to be doing. We only need 2 of these things. In which case, this may as well go here. Do we need to... Yeah. And then this... Does this mean that empty solution containers... Ah, no, empty solution containers aren't going to go around on a loop, because we're going to do something like... Actually, I think we need to do... Yeah, we're gonna do this slightly differently. We're gonna say... We're going to have this here. Haven't really thought about how this is going to work yet. This is going to be empty solution containers on the right. I kind of want both of these things on the right, don't I? Yeah, we're going to do, yep, the filter that I just set and then cleared because I moved the thing. Also still on the right. Yeah. Yeah, let's do that. So now over here we've got... Here we're going to have a pile of rich powder. Here we're going to have all of, yeah, rich powder and a mix of, yeah, just a messy mix of stuff, which will be fine. How much stuff are we... We're not getting that much out, are we? It is 7 crushed coal. But Some of these guys are going to be taking some of it back, but I also don't think I really mind. Yeah. I think that's going to be fine. The thing I wanted to make sure is that the empty solution containers weren't going around in a loop, and they're not. This filter here is just so we can take... Yeah, let's do that now, I guess. Let's have... I decided I needed 4 of these, didn't I? Yeah, no, I'm not actually putting this stuff on the belt yet, but never mind. Like so, I guess? Because we can still do, like, in and out. Is this enough beacon space? I don't think that's beacon space. So let's do it back here, because I don't really have too many of these things in the way. And you can also just go over there. Bots will bring me some things, and I will not really mind. Because I could also just do a bit of a shimmy here. Let's do a bit of a shimmy. That'll be fine. That's a normal looking thing to see, isn't it? Okay, this is yeah, sure, fine, whatever. Could this be... I guess I've still got places to make rich water there, so that's all fine. Yeah, so we do need some more things somewhere else doing the... Somewhere there's an acidic... Yeah, here we go. Acidic water into sulfuric acid, because we need both of these things for this setup. And these... I don't even need to worry about setting limits on these things, because these stations will turn off if I have too much of this stuff. So the trains just won't turn up, and I'm pretty sure I'm negative on all those resources for this build. So we can just have... How fast are you guys? 20 acidic water every 6 seconds. 150 water. Yeah, I don't need many of these guys at all. Where though? Let's just have... Maybe not right next to each other. Maybe like that. Yeah, sure. I have no particular concerns about how well or badly this will go at all. Where are these guys going to go? I guess these guys are going to go... Oh, there's dirty water as well. I think that was more than I needed for these, wasn't I? But I think that's also not a thing I particularly care about. So we've got to get... Yeah, we've got to get... These guys wanted the lithium as well, didn't they? Yes, but then I also don't have... A, that many of these empty containers to deal with, and B, anything else going on the side of the belt. And these guys are already taking it. And this input is already going to stop here. So I reckon this... Yeah, let's... Yeah, I think this is a disastrous mess that I am completely fine with. And there will be a collection of downsides that I will not care about. Can I... Oh wow, that's gonna be... That's actually gonna fit. Which is, in that case, exactly what we're doing. Yeah, this is... I don't think this is not gonna process all of the dirty water I need, but this is gonna get most of the dirty water... It's gonna turn, yeah, a lot of dirty water into lithium, which is kind of fine. And then we can have a fast inserter. Put that stuff there, which is also kind of fine. Now we've got rich water here, which I don't really have. I'm not going to put a train station there, it's getting too crowded. We'll just move it over here or something. I mean, that said, there's still a bunch of these train stations to squill through here, aren't there? Yeah, because I guess we can do the same kind of... Where is it? Yeah, actually, here, let's go through here. Let's use this trick again. I didn't need that beacon space for anything anyway, it's fine. Where have I got to get this stuff? I've got to get it here and here. And then also here. So I think what we're going to do is we're just going to take, this is why I left a space of 2 here, isn't it? This is completely adequate. Sure. Yeah, fine. Okay, so these guys have now got a supply of that acid. These guys also want the empty solution containers, and let's give them all the lithium, because that'll start the cycle. That'll get this kind of acid in, and they need to get the other kind of acid in. And those can also just be... I guess we run these from this side. Let's create a little more space here. I don't think I'm ever coming back to this layout again. But... yeah, that's going to do everything it needs to, isn't it? Now we've got this acidic water here. This water here also needs to be... Did I line that up? That was completely accidental, but I shall take it. This is a water feed, just there. You know what else I need to do? I need to figure out how to have... I don't even need more of those fluid processing things, do I? The batteries that we built last time should have a bunch of these things, which will also process dirty water into... yeah. Because I don't know how many of these I need either. This is not going to work, is it? Some of those are going to work. How much dirty water is this making? 50 dirty water every second times several, and I don't remember how fast those move either, but let's presume that's going to be enough. The only thing I'm not sure about here is... oh, I guess I can, yeah, I can do that a different way. I need a normal tank. Is that true? I don't think I need a normal tank at all. I think what I just do this with a chest that I don't have. Because I was either thinking of rating it based on the... yeah, rating a pump into these guys based on whether or not there's enough dirty water in a tank. But I think we can do that by... got one pump here, this one here is dirty water, that also lined up suspiciously well. Yeah, we're gonna tie this pump to this box, and then we're only gonna have this pump run if we have a surplus of lithium? Yeah, a surplus of lithium here, which means that we won't accidentally purify out all the dirty water we're getting for this thing, but it also means we don't need a dirty water train station. What is this pipe, and what should I be doing with it? This is regular acid. Yeah, of course. That's of course a thing that was in the plan somewhere. You know what, let's not do that, let's just do that. And then acid goes there. Acid also goes here. Yeah, that was why we did that. Acid also goes here. That was not the plan, but we're doing it anyway. And then this was also fully not the plan, but we're doing that way as well. So that's a little bit of a disastrous mess. I think that's everything. I think that's most of the pipes in here we need. We do need to connect the other things over here. And we also specifically don't want to pump out, because if we pump out of these tanks, then the fluid networks will end up full and these guys won't be able to run. So it's kind of important that these things are allowed to stay at... yeah, that these things are both a supply, but also a reservoir that these things can pump into. So that's one kind of acid. Then we need the water. Is this... this is making my rich water. This is all in the wrong place. But this is actually a pretty straightforward fix. And I'm not even super disappointed by that. I mean, I'm disappointed by a lot of things, just generally, but I don't even think they need to be big poles, did they? I think they can be like little basic poles, because we got a bunch of little basic poles floating around, and we can beacon actually a larger number of these things later when we need to. So this, let's just have 2 stacks of lithium, because we don't actually need that much lithium, and then this pump will run when we have... Actually, is that true? Let's make a lot of lithium, because... Is that true? Nah, we'll just... Yeah, we'll do that, because this pump can be a small number. Lithium... Is lithium... Lithium is the other age. More than, say, 20. Because we don't actually need... We don't need a lot of that at all, I don't think. I mean, there's also the belt cache. This is just to make sure that this doesn't use all of the dirty water. Okay. Are we ready to power some stuff on? I mean, probably powering some stuff on is a thing I should have done previously anyway. We've still got a lot of beacon space. We have powered a lot of beacon space as well, which is nice. These guys need power as well, don't they? Yeah, whatever. We're doing that. How much? This doesn't tell me how fast it runs, but I think I'm probably still okay with that. So I think this should be doing almost everything I need. I just need to have bots bring these things, which is all the pipe, and then I need to figure out where... Actually, those chemical plants, these were the ones that we're going to be using, making the rich water, which I no longer need. So I guess they can just... Because we're doing this here, and this is actually... Maybe I could have done all of this different, because at the moment this section here, I don't really have anything to do in this section of the build. But also, are these the train station stuff? Yeah, because I think we're just going to put... Okay, first of all, we need to run some more water pipes through somewhere. This is actually... This one here is a water pipe, and we're going to go through here like so. And then... Because the thing I'm enjoying now is... In fact, could I... I mean, where would this... It would be a little bit in the way, wouldn't it? I probably could compress all of that build a little bit more. I'm just not going to bother. I mean, and I need 2 stations. I need 2 grids anyway. But I think what we're like, I'm slowly talking myself into is having... Do I have a... Is the rich water station the station that produces rich water? First of all, where is it at all? And it is in fact on a grid, so I can just go like, and I don't have a fuel plan for this either. I think the fuel plan for everything from this point is now just, we're just going to, yeah, rush towards yellow science, get requester chests, get all that done. This is, yeah, so this is a station that is having rich water, yes, which I need to get that stuff down here as well. This one can pump though, and I guess we just run it down. We just run it down here. Like, why not? There are no disadvantages to this plan at all. This is... Did that go too far? Okay, yeah, that's a whole lot better now, isn't it? These guys are now not running because they don't have power, but they do have all the correct inputs, which is nice. Rich water is currently... Rich water's currently here. Yeah, sure. In that case, yeah, we're gonna make this, absolutely we're gonna make this worse. That is how this run works. Let's put it here, and then there is where we've got this other thing going. Okay. Are we just waiting on... No, I need to connect to the water, which is this one. Okay, fine. And then that's going to be the entire rich water build. What am I doing with this middle? Am I just putting a bunch more solar panels in the middle here? Because I do have other solar panels to just do stuff with. Because the thing I'm thinking now is... actually, no, that one can't be a pump either, can it? Because that is one of the things that also needs to act as a reservoir, because we have things that make water as an output. We're just going to thread this water between the other station. Yeah, both those exist fine. Yeah, we're going to thread the water through this other station, cause why not? Partly because this means we've got a spot here that I can use for solar, I guess. This one can stay here. This one, let's actually move this a bit further. Yeah, we'll do that. Yeah, that's nice, isn't it? And there's still a couple of spaces where, yeah, I can still put request a chest for requesting fuel in here and doing all that kind of stuff, so that's fine. This guy, quite importantly, needs to be powered, so we should figure out how to do that. Here looks like a good one. Okay, give me this back to start powering you. Except I don't actually have any rich water yet, because none of these things are making rich powder. Anyway, I have some more empty solution containers. Do you guys, if I have anything you guys want, have it from my inventory. If I have anything that you guys want, have it from my inventory. Okay, so good. So this is a nice little, yeah, this is a nice little sushi spiral that is doing kind of everything I think it needs to. Yeah, this coal is always going to take priority. Empty solution containers that these guys spit out are just getting dumped on the inside of this belt, which will always have space. All of this will back up if I back up on rich water, on rich powder, which is actually a thing I'm completely fine with, because rich powder and rich water are the things that we were trying to make. Like, that is the thing that needs to happen in bulk, so is fine. This guy needs his power pole back. Yeah, and then I think we're gonna get around to beaconing a bunch of these things later as well. But we're waiting for these pipes. Yeah, let's design some solar while we are waiting for these pipes. And by design some solar, I mean let's find a place where we've got a solar node and smash it over the top of this one, and then figure out what doesn't work and what needs to change. This I can have back. These guys are all still powered. These guys are also all powered. These connect here, so that's fine. Some of these guys, this could, I've even got a radar there. I don't need a radar there, but I can just have more. I can't have, yeah, so that's as many solar panels as I'm going to be able to fit in there. This actually is a disastrous mess that I'm super happy about. And other reasons for that being, like, I was wondering whether or not this would spill into a different grid again. Oh wait, no, we've got to take out some of these solar panels, because where is this train going to stop? Each of these trains needs a space next to where the locomotive will be, that will, I guess I had this one here, there's a space here, that will let me request fuel. So yeah, so now we've got places to request fuel for all those stations. We've got places to request fuel for all these stations. We've got all the stuff kind of happening. We need these bots to turn up and give these guys water, because this yeah, that's actually done at this point. And the other nice thing being that all of this is completely self-contained in two little squares. So we can beacon these things harder. Can we? Not that one. We currently cannot beacon anything harder, which is a little bit of a shame. We are at max beacons, but later we've got a bunch of beacon space in here, which is nice. We could even have undergrounds here to beacon these crushers on the other side as well. These things, yeah, like none of it is especially well laid out, but there is a ton of beacon space that we can all make work, so that's kind of fine. And then I can just, if I need more rich water, and I suspect I will, we can just grab this. Yeah, grab this, dump it in some other pair of squares. In fact, in any orientation, can't we? Oh, not quite. Not quite, because we don't have a coal feed out. However, I mean, if we just moved these guys, we could have another coal station here. Move these guys in a bit. So we are very close to being able to have a setup that we can just drag. We can just grab all of this. This missed a couple of stations, but we're not actually going to do this. This is for demonstration purposes, and put this like anywhere else, and go. You know, this is going to give us a bunch more rich water entirely train fed. So that's cool. So we've got. Yeah, and we're actually getting a decent amount of rich water right now. These. Yeah, I don't know that any of the rich water stations, because this is only the second rich water station we've got. I don't think these are not. These need to be enabling and disabling based on whether or not they have rich water, which is going to be in this stage. Alright, yeah, if we have more than, say, 30,000 rich water. Yeah, which is... Okay, and also because I'm pumping in this side, if this one has 30,000, these ones are going to have more than that. So that's kind of fine. Okay, so that is we're going to call that done. I need some. I guess I can use this as fuel. Yeah, that took a while. We now need to go to the other rich water station. Is it this one? Because this one gets disabled when it doesn't have enough rich water, which is cool, but the other issue we're going to have is the other rich water station, when we find it, I don't think is getting disabled when we don't have enough rich water, which means the train is going to keep turning up there and not finding rich water and not using the other stations. So this is one of the things we've got to deal with for being on a big grid base. Bits of it are nice, and then yeah, this is the other. Give me this back. This is the other station that I don't think is disabling, based on rich water. I mean, we could even turn this into a station that receives rich water, because we still need to use titanium from it, and this entire thing is jammed up because we've got too many crystals again. That is not surprising. Okay, go get rid of that. And in the meantime, we shall disable the station by saying, enable the station if you have 30... Yeah, if you've got more than 3,000 rich water, then you get to turn on. And until then, that station will not be a thing, and then this other station, which I'm pretty happy with this. I mean, this is the screenshot of what we did today. All of this, which is completely fine and does not have any issues whatsoever, is the thing we did today. And this is not working yet, but we are getting... I mean, we've nearly made a whole train full of rich water in that case. I have no idea whether or not this whole thing is properly rated to the yellow science build, but we've got something else to do now. The other thing I want to see if I can do this episode, which is probably going to be a bit of a mess, is reorganize the labs a bit. Am I facing the wrong way? I'm facing the right way. Yeah, I can drive to places. Okay, fine. Because we've got a couple of things. We've got... First of all, we've got a... Do we have... These guys... I don't think I need this many beacons for these, do I? Because I am low on beacons at the moment. I think we're going to get rid of a bunch of these beacons and just not make blue chips as quickly? Question mark? I mean, there are two more things to do, and I guess we're going to do one this episode, hopefully, and maybe one the next episode, is that somewhere there is, of the various texts that we're not doing, even though things feel pretty bad, there's a This is not the one I wanted. There is a way to make beacon tech. Is this the, yeah, there's a way to make some beacon tech stuff based on things, and we prepared the inputs for this last time, so that's fine. This tech stuff lets me get, where is it? Is it the, it's not the effectiveness, is it the more beacons? Yeah, I can do research to get more beacons. I'm currently capped at 100 beacons. This will increase the cap to 250 beacons, which means I can beacon a bunch more stuff. But to do that, I need to make this, which happens in a Ki2 core, which needs neodymium, which we should now be making because we've got rich water, and then those are the beacons. Where's the core? This core needs a bunch of stuff. We've got, like, all this is all stuff we have once we have the neodymium, which we should now be making because rich water. The nuclear assembly machines I handcrafted. I've got 10. I've got the number of these things I need. That's pretty fine. Oh yeah, the other thing I was going to check. Yeah, so all of these guys are at prod mod 3. So that's nice, I guess. I guess that's why that's all running slow. The thing I wanted to check was, I haven't limited that box at all, have I? I think I probably wanted to limit that box. Let's just do that quickly because, I mean, prod mod 3s are great. Yeah, let's limit it to 200 prod mod 3s. Prod mod 3s are great, and I will need a ton of them, but I don't think I want quite that many yet, because this guy is not limited. This is, yeah, because the other thing I wanted to do about labs was, labs are currently on prod mod 1s, and we're going to be piling in the yellow science and the purple science, and I think it's going to be worth running those at prod mod 3s at that point. The thing is, by the time I've got prod mod 3s, I also kind of want a lot more beacons. So I was wondering about reorganizing these things here, but I don't think we're going to do that at all. I think especially because we've already got a science train here. Like, there's going to be a bunch of reorganization to do, but I reckon we just pick a grid square, like even, I guess, over here or something like that, and build some more labs over here, because we can have labs. Yeah, we can have labs with, actually, give me one of these things. We can have labs with, yeah, prod mod 3s, for which I will need an upgrade planner. So, yeah, we can have labs with prod mod 3s. We can have a lot of beacons, which we kind of can't yet have a lot of beacons, can we? We've freed up some beacon space. That's the other reason to be doing the other beacon tech. But I think I think the thing to do is actually have, how many? I've got 5 types of science. So let's, and then there's a type of science on this belt as well. Yeah, this is so when we alt D all this stuff, it won't go in random boxes that we'll have to sort out later. It should all end up in these boxes, which we can then unpack and put on a train. Put elsewhere on trains. Yeah, let's have, I mean, the purple science is one way, the yellow science is the other way. This is all train fare. This is not really going to make a difference. Yeah, I like this square here. Let's have bots take some labs and give them prod mod 3s, and then I reckon we just, yeah, because we're not, yeah, I don't want to be doing any more. This train can actually just not do anything for a while. Yeah, I don't want to be doing any more science with 8% productivity bonus. I want the rest of the science, because we're kind of at that point, to be done with 20% productivity bonus. So that'll give us some labs. I don't know what we're going to do with the rest of the labs. We're not going to need nearly as many labs. But we're going to have to do a number of things. We're going to have to, I was thinking this was going to be the small project. This might actually be the small project, was it? We're going to have to do a number of things. We're going to have to, bots are going to tear all this stuff down and hopefully just put a bunch of science. Is it all going to fit? Actually, the other thing we need to do is just cut these off. Yeah, so we've cut that feed. All of this stuff is kind of going in a box. I could reverse that. Yeah. Things to do include, first of all, figuring out a plan that gets me... a lot of labs kind of in the same space, but also, yeah, things to deal with include... Like, I think I might, for the moment, I might leave the science builds here, and then just run belts over to these same stations and use this as a loading station rather than an unloading station, which is going to be a mess to manage manually. But we've got like 4 types of science here: red, green, blue. This will also let me move blue somewhere else. Military, which we started a while ago and is still going strong. It's still doing 8% productivity. Oh well, never mind. Yeah, so there's those 4 normal ones. Then there's purple, yellow, space, and we've kind of seen the beacon science. There's also some other kind of science that's green, which I don't really know much about yet either. Space science, yeah. Then there's another kind of beacon science that we've got as well. So I think the theme is, if I've got trains turning up with 4 carriages and a different science on each carriage, I'm going to need a lab pattern. Because I think, yeah, we're going to take something like this setup. And if we've got a train station, yeah, let's have a train station here. Should I do this on an edge tile? Yeah, let's definitely do this on an edge tile. Because I can have 3 train stations, and then there's slightly more space to deal with the lab. So I guess that means all these guys going away, and then I want train stations here and here. That one is a bit weird because this thing is a different length. And there. And then this unpacking pattern will go like so. Yeah, so this will get me 4 types of science at the rate of 1 stack inserter, but I don't think we're going to be stack inserter limited. But also we can just go... We can just go like this as well. How big? I can't even tell what these things are limited to. Okay. Yeah, we're going to do that. So now we're going to be... Is this a good idea? This is probably a much larger science buffer than I need for basically everything. But whatever. We can limit the boxes. It's not even really about train unloading speed at this point. Here is where things are going to go. Yeah, so this is going to let us unload large amounts of science pretty easily. We don't have the station name set up yet either, but the point being, if we've got 6 belts of stuff coming in, I kind of want a lab pattern of these guys surrounded by a bunch of beacons that we can... Yeah, that we can give a thing a lot of beacons, give lots of labs lots of beacons, and still figure out how to... Yeah, let's not offset them like that. Let's do... I also don't think I'm going to be able to have all of these beacons to start with, because the other thing I'm thinking of is... Yeah, we're definitely doing lab to lab passing like so, but actually no, this is fine. Because I was thinking, how am I, if I'm filling all this space with pairs of long-head and inserters, which are probably going to keep up, then how am I powering all this stuff? And the answer is, even if we're doing this kind of thing, and then also this kind of thing is going to go the other way, so it's definitely going this way. Except these beacons are on the wrong side, but it's fine. If we're doing something like this, do we... Yeah, because I can actually... Yes. Because I was trying to figure it out. Yeah, like I can either have beacons here with space on either, so everything is kind of in line with the labs, and then that lets me, where's a pole that lets me have power in here, or I can move these things to the side, so I can have poles in here, but also if I can cram more beacons in here if I do a thing like that. So I think we're kind of fine with this. Let's quickly check on the yellow science, and you are doing a thing, and I've got a lot of neodymium, which is cool because it means next time we can straight up go and do the beacon tech. We're getting a lot of yellow science out. So other than the fact that we have, are you struggling? Oh, you're struggling for rich water again. I guess that's not really a surprise. I'm not overly surprised by that. Yeah. So then we've got to figure out how to get belts in here, because I don't want to be passing. But I've got potentially 6 belts of stuff, which I think means one of these is going to run one way. Then we can have like so. And then if I start this here, then yeah, then this one can do an underground thing. And then I can start here. Do I want to start there? I guess so. I guess that's fine. And then we can do double long-handed, and then fast inserter, which I still don't have on me. And so this can be kind of the first lab in the set. And then all of these need to be rotated somewhat, and then I need, yeah, let's keep going with this. So this here is going to give us a nice little pattern for, except there's 2 labs next to each other, and I don't have 2 labs next to each other in any situation here. Unless, and this also tiles by 5, and this tiles by 6. So that is not a thing that I am hugely enthusiastic about. Unless we start with some around the edge, and then, because if I do this, maybe this is this a thing I'm happy with at all? Yeah, we're gonna have to, yeah, get rid of all of that. Bots are gonna take it away and put it back somewhere else. It's fine. It didn't have much stuff in it anyway. If I start one of these here, then I can have another loop. Like, I don't, this is no longer striking me as a good idea, but it might be a thing we do anyway, because this pattern no longer tiles, but I think I'm okay with that, because the one that I really want to tile is this one, and I don't actually know how many of, I don't know A, how many labs I want, B, how many beacons I want. I mean, the answer is a lot. Also, all these things are facing the wrong way now. And maybe I should be trying to beacon these things. Maybe I should be trying to beacon these things harder. But I think from the lookup at from the setup of things here, I can have multiple beacons in here. I can have this, yeah, these. Except if I offset one, then the other is kind of stuck where it is. But I think that's probably fine. A power pole here. Power poles here will actually cover all of these inserters, which is nice. Then I guess we keep doing this. That is more, yes, okay, so, regular power poles, I guess, because why not? I think this is going to be, like, not great, but mostly what we need. Because the idea was, if I've got this kind of weird pattern, like, yeah, like so, then I can just line another one of these up. I mean, that's way more labs than I need, isn't it? That's probably more labs than I need. Also, does this fit the other direction, is kind of the next question. And the answer to that is yes. Okay, in that case, that's what we're gonna do. Yeah, sure. Wait, fine. Yeah, this is absolutely an inadequate plan, isn't it? It's, have I left myself enough space here? The answer to that is no. So that's a little annoying. How far do I need to go? I need to go another 2 tiles. Okay. Sorry, bots. That's why we have 1,000 bots. You all get to not do that, but instead move the entire build to here, which is more than 2 squares, but that's fine. This one doesn't even need to go underground anymore. So this is going to be, yeah, this is going to be highly beaconable, a bunch of prod mod 3s. How many labs is this? The thing this doesn't have is, it doesn't have power. This kind of lab feed mechanism also needs to be here. Then, yeah, that's fine, isn't it? This is going to work. It's going to be perfectly serviceable. This needs to be here. And also here, and I guess that means I've missed some over here as well. Yeah, cool, sure. So, we don't have, I can't even tell if I've got all the power grid in for that yet. I don't think I do. I think I need, like, more power grid like so. Kind of tricky to see without everything being built yet. Also, I rotated this, and this specifically doesn't want a rotational symmetry because these things are... Oh yeah, and then all these things are going the wrong way. But that's kind of fine. Okay, so maybe we just... You know what? Let's get rid of all of these things. Do it correctly here. And then just copy and paste a bunch of stuff. That's going to be how that's going to work. Yeah, so we've got... I mean, it's this pattern here that wants to be continuing in this direction. And then in this direction. Those are also more power poles than I need. So I think we're just going to kind of downgrade those. That one does... Yeah, the ones there do need to be the fancy side. Yeah, the medium power poles, because they've got to cover these other inserters here, which means also these ones need to not be there, but here. Yeah, sure. So there's actually one in the middle that can't just be a regular one. Okay, so this is all pretty bad, but I'm fine with it. This is going to be... Yeah, so we're going to need to put other kinds of science on a train. How many labs is this, is the other thing that I was going to check. 41 labs. How many labs did I previously have? And it's now here where all these labs are deleted. 35. So this is about 1/3 as many labs as I previously had, but it's fine because we get to beacon them super hard now. All of the science looks like it's going in there, so I guess we just get these bots doing these other jobs as well. We'll just pack everything away. This whole purple belt of science can also get packed away. And yeah, I think we're gonna leave it there. We're gonna come back when bots have built more of this kind of science core, And then we're going to do things like figure out how to get the blue and red and green science on belts. I mean, probably this whole belt here is going to end up a bit sad because all of this stuff is going to get rotated and put in a different place, and also these trains need a fuel that will actually fuel them. But other than that, how many? 41 labs is, I mean, it's a kind of a weird number, but also we definitely have more than 41 beacons, or more than 81 red. Yeah, we definitely have more than 81 tier 3 beacons, tier 3 prop mods already. This is going to let me, immediately beacon these outside ones a little harder, because that's the thing we like. Actually, here will either of these spots are just getting 2 of them, aren't they? Okay, whatever. Yeah, I think we're pretty happy with that. I think this has got, and we've got some beacon space in the middle that we can explore. We've got some other train stations to set up that bots have not done because they don't have the train stations, but I do. And there's some other power to add. Overall, it's pretty good. It's pretty good, he said, looking at a build that was blinking because it didn't have all the parts it needed, and that didn't have train stations, and didn't have anything in it. But other than that, it's good. Let's look at the build we did do today. This one is also still suffering from rich water. Yeah, this train is here because it doesn't have a station it can go to get rich water, but also all of these guys are... Okay, so it just did a delivery, and we've got a ton of rich water. That's fantastic. All of these guys are not running for some other reason. Blue chips are the other thing that will also need rich water. Yeah, fine. That means that the rich water station is... And yet, it's nearly ready with another delivery. This whole thing is A, going, and B, not backed up, which is fantastic. These things are doing what they need to. Yeah, yeah. And this is mostly pretty fine. I think this is pretty fine. I think we're gonna be happy with this. Yeah, sure, cool.